Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are at Bauman Farms and I have such a fun video for you guys today. I don't know about you guys, but I am a very curious person by nature. I've always been this way since I was a kid, and I've always wondered, what is it like to spend a day in the life of somebody that owns a garden center? We get to come shop, we get to see all of the beautiful things that they sell, but I want to get a behind the scenes. I want to be thrown in and just do the work that some of these guys get to do on a daily basis. So I called my friend Brian Bauman, who owns Bauman Farms. His family owns Bauman Farms. And I said, hey, Ryan, can I follow you around today and like get into it, do the work, see what it's like to be in your shoes for a day? And he said, absolutely, come on down. And I was like, I'll be right over. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. And I also have to pick up some plants for our spring containers in the front. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of shopping as well. I cannot wait. This is going to be a new series on our channel. I want to really dive into different parts of the industry, whether it's a garden center, a different gardener, landscape designers, oh gosh, farmers. I just want to explore more and more and more of this entire world. And even maybe another garden influencer. I think that would be really fun. So anyways, let's go find Brian and then we are going to jump right in. What I wanted to do today is really just dive in and like be thrown in the assembly line.
Okay.
Like do whatever your guys' workers are doing today. I don't know if we're gonna fire somebody today. Are we doing payroll? Like, okay. What are we doing today? Okay. Can we be a part of all of that? I'm kidding. I would never want to be part of firing somebody. That's awful. But yeah, I just want to see like, what is it like? What do you do? What does your day start like? So there's a big event that I'm going to talk to you guys about that's coming up at Bauman's Farm here next week.
Next weekend, Friday, yes. Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, Garden Palooza. I'm gonna talk more about the details. And so Brian and the whole team, they're preparing for that big event. And we're gonna be a part of that.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. No way. I'll just be here for the whole day. I don't need supervision.
There's plenty of work to do. Don't worry, Claudia.
I'll figure it out. Holy cow. Okay, so what is going on in here?
So I like to think of this as kind of like the landing zone.
Okay.
Where everything comes in and we get started.
Okay.
So if you look over here, let me do some quick math.
Okay.
So there's 100 plants per one of these trays. These are coming in from Proven Winners right now. This is Mini Vista Ultramarine. It's a really pretty blue.
Okay.
And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 7. So we have 700 plants here. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 would be 7,000. There's a close to 8,000 plants per table. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're almost 50,000 little starts.
Okay.
It can feel a little overwhelming, right?
Oh my gosh. So you guys are gonna take these and pot them up.
Right.
So this is how
when we
they
say
start.
we mean
Yeah,
you
okay.
are going to pot those up today.
Let me just roll up my sleeves, okay? We're gonna do this. Holy cow, so when did you guys get these?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
Yeah.
So this is how it all begins. It starts here.
Yes, this is our landing zone. Everything's coming in. So, and I mean, like I've been working on this for months, right?
Right.
Planning, figuring out all these plants, where they're gonna go, how we're going to do it. I get them ordered, they arrive. Hopefully everything that I ordered is here. Because I have all these plans and stuff.
Okay.
And then some of them go into individual starts, like we call, the 4.25s is what the Proven Winners are.
Okay.
Some of them are gonna go into hanging baskets.
Okay.
Planters.
Okay. Which you guys are known for your hanging baskets. They're so good. Like every year, I'm like, oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's, this is my happy place.
I know it is.
This is what I love to do. And again, I've been planning this for months.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going out here, I'm taking pictures of everything
Yeah.
and watching how they grow. And I'll even show you, I'll bare my soul a little bit today.
Okay.
I'll show you some of my mistakes as well.
Ooh, I love a good mistake video, because then it doesn't make us feel bad when, like us home gardeners, we mess up all the time.
I was just thinking.
Yeah.
I just started in the shipment that came in.
Yeah.
I got the new plants for 2026.
No way.
Yeah, I just
From
got
Kirkland
them.
Winners?
Yeah. Well, and I have multiple ones, but come over here.
Okay.
Let's take a look. I haven't done it. They just got here.
Okay.
So this is their little starter packs.
Oh, they're so cute. Wait, I touched them.
This is Mini Vista Pink Cloud.
Okay, so this
Really
is going to be
pretty.
brand new for 2026.
Yeah, and this is all I get. So
Okay.
for the next, we're gonna take these, I'm gonna put them into some smaller pots, I'm gonna put them
Okay.
into some combos. We're gonna try and figure it out. But I
Okay.
think that's a beautiful pink.
That is so cool. This is like my vibe because it's not too bright,
Right.
but
It's
it's,
not-
yeah, it's like bright enough.
One of the things I find with smaller blossom plants too is you get better flower coverage.
Oh,
You get
okay.
more, like when you have a really big blossom
Yeah.
and that blossom goes away, you have a really big hole.
Oh.
But if you have tons of small flowers, it's
Okay.
like this
Oh,
really
I never
cool
thought
little
about
vibe.
that.
This is a new potato vine.
Oh my gosh, touched
So-
it.
The Medusa came out first, which is the
Uh-huh.
green version of this, which has
Yeah.
been really popular. In fact, I'll show you in some baskets and stuff.
Okay.
It's one of my baskets that didn't work, and I'll show you why.
Okay.
But this is the black combo, or the black version of Medusa.
Okay. And how big is this one supposed to get? Is it still like trail like the other big
It's
ones
part of
too?
it.
Okay.
We're gonna find out.
Oh, okay.
That's part of the. I have no idea.
Okay.
You were saying exactly
Okay,
what I see.
for the first time. What
So-
are these little white ones right here?
So this is
White
sometimes
knight?
what they do, white knight, lobularia.
Okay.
I always think lobularia.
Yeah.
It's alyssum.
Yeah.
Okay. This one in the past, white knight had been really vigorous.
Okay.
Like I stopped using it in combos because it would take everything over.
Oh,
This is
okay.
what they call improved.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it's going to be a little tighter, a little more controllable
Okay.
than just going crazy, but
Okay.
we'll find out.
I really want to plant those. I don't know if you know this or if I'm thinking of the right plant, but they deter aphids.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
okay?
yep.
So I want to plant more of these in our cut flower garden to help aphid control this year.
This
It'll
is
be an
actually
experiment.
one of the ones I'm most excited
Ooh,
about.
Okay.
So surefire begonias, very
Yeah.
popular begonias, bloom nonstop all summer. This
that
is their
color.
first trailing one.
Oh.
So for my mixed shade combos you see in here,
Yeah.
I'm always looking for a good trailing shade plant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to try this.
Wow. And it's going to be just this beautiful coral.
Yep.
Wow. That's going to be gorgeous.
So there's a couple
Love
others
that.
here that are not blooming, so
Okay.
I would say stay tuned.
Okay.
There's lots to come.
That's so cool that you guys get to see them like a year ahead and play with them.
Yes.
And
It's hard because you want to talk about them, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I couldn't stop but show you today.
Yeah.
But we have to wait a year.
I know, shucks. Well, you can come see them here because you'll
Yes.
have them. So,
In addition to all the plants here,
Yeah.
we this is corn.
oh, is this for?
This is
just-
to sell the actual corn cobs at the farm.
Is this like when you guys sell? Okay, I know what you're talking about because last
So
year
they
you had a
start
bunch.
every week. We
Uh-huh.
plant up thousands of corn starts, and it's a lot of work.
Okay.
But in order for us to get corn by the 4th of July, we start them in the greenhouse.
Uh-huh.
In about 2 weeks, they'll look like this.
Wow.
And then we will take this and one by one,
Uh-huh.
you can see the little corn seed there.
No way. Oh, look at it. That's
Sorry?
so cool. Do you see that? Awesome.
We will plant these one by one out in the field.
Oh my gosh. Like
And-
by hand, or do you guys have
Yeah.
a
So I mean, there's a machine, like
Uh-huh.
you have to take it out by hand
Uh-huh.
and then set it in a little thing and it puts it in the ground. But you are
doing this?
nonstop. It's lots of fun. Let me tell you.
That is wild.
Maybe we'll have you do it later.
Yes.
This is a good idea.
Yes.
Hold on to that.
We'll follow up on that one. We'll be like a farmer then. That'll be like
Yes.
a farmer day.
Here's
Wow.
another really cool plant though that I want you to see. So
Okay.
all kinds of stuff are in here. This is a great place to start.
Yeah.
Take a look at the iridescent color of this.
Well, it's like glowing. It looks like you have a light underneath it.
This is a new Tradescantia called Pink Paradise.
Holy
Yep, I
cow.
said it right. Really pretty. We have been playing around with this. It's brand new this year.
Uh-huh.
And I've been trying it in new combos. I've done some solid baskets of it.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have it available in 4-inch.
Do these take full sun?
No.
No, these are shade.
Shade, like a porch or patio.
Okay. This is exactly what we need for shade containers though.
Yes.
Because that pop of color, like,
Exactly.
Are you
don't even
kidding?
have to have the foliage.
no.
So yeah, begonias, lots of
Okay.
starts. We use, like for example, these begonias right here.
Uh-huh.
These require about 16 hours of light in order to grow.
Okay.
And if they don't get 16 hours of light, they will go dormant.
Okay.
And so you see kind of these pink lights that we have up
Yeah,
here. It's a special spectrum of light that's designed to produce the light that just the plants need.
Okay.
So we have to keep those on because we're getting close to 16 hours of light right now.
Yeah.
But like these baskets have been growing in here since January.
So they were just like little baby plants and you guys keep them here until they're ready to come out.
Yep, until we get far enough along. I'm gonna show you some of the things that I did wrong. Okay? So I am constantly measuring here to figure out how much fertilizer is in here.
Okay.
And how the pH of the soil.
Okay.
So if the pH of the soil goes too low, it becomes acidic. The pH of the soil gets too high, and it won't uptake the nutrients that it needs. It's too basic, right? So we're constantly measuring it.
Okay.
And it becomes a lot harder during the winter time because you're not fertilizing very much. There's not a lot, so we have to really pay attention. And you can see, I mean, this basket's fine, but we're starting to see in here, and if you come and kind of look at these leaves, see how they're starting to get a little browning on the foliage and stuff?
Okay.
The pH got too low.
Too low. Okay.
And that's why this basket was planted
Wow.
the same time as this basket.
Holy cow. Okay.
So
just because of the pH imbalance, this is what happened. And so how do you measure that?
So there's special tools that you get, and we're in here constantly measuring it. We probably didn't stay on top of this enough. Remember I was telling you about Medusa?
Yeah.
Here's a good example of going wrong.
Okay.
See how we have the Medusa in here?
Yeah. So this is the new one. Okay.
This is the Medusa. This is the green one we were talking about. See how I'm getting some weird coloration on this begonia? This was a fail. But it's not always lost.
Right.
So we figure out what's going on. We adjust the pH. We make sure it has the right fertilizer in there so it can start uptaking it. You can see we've made some changes now. And see the new foliage coming out is looking much better.
Okay.
So it'll be fine, but this is what's going on behind the scenes.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time.
Because
it's like you think about it when you're planting baskets, you think, oh, you just put plants together, or like I think the way that you guys do it, they just put pretty plants together and that's it. Like one and done. That's the way we do it at home, but there's so much science that actually goes behind it.
There's a lot.
And so are you guys always planting things that have the same pH requirement? Do you try to kind of stick with that?
And you're watching that. I mean, most of the annuals are pretty consistent in terms of what pH they want.
Okay.
But
okay, good to know. Oh, it's so like cozy in here too. I love it.
Yes, nice and warm.
Yes.
So everything starts in here. Okay. And then I'll show you where we go next.
And so every day you kind of like, you have your flow of like what you're doing.
So in the morning, like as those plants arrive, hopefully I already have a plan in place, right? On what I want to happen with all those plants. And then it's funny, for people who come out to Bauman Farms in the fall, it's very different, right?
Very, very different.
So this is like our main food court where you're like, we got live music, there's things going on. This time of the year,
it's like a ballroom in here in the fall time.
Totally different space. So we have our soil pre-mixed for us.
Okay.
So this soil comes in pre-mixed, ready to go for us to use.
Okay.
Comes in by the truckload.
Yeah. Is this for your seed starting?
No, this is for all of our annuals.
Things up?
Yes.
That's good soil.
Yeah.
That feels really good.
We're watching the blend. We will change that blend based on what we're planting, but right now you saw it's lots of petunias, lots of calibrachoas. So then we take the soil. This is a mixer. So if I want to put some time-release fertilizer in there.
Okay.
So like begonias, I don't want time-release fertilizer in there.
Right.
Certain annuals will want more fertilizer. So we can dump it in here. We'll put whatever we need to mix it. This is also where we can do things to change the pH if we want to based on what that plant needs.
Okay.
We can add a little bit in here so we do it in increments, right?
Okay.
So it gets mixed in here.
Oh, cool.
And then as it's mixed, it goes up the conveyor belt. Goes in there. You're okay. And here, I'll put a couple trays in for you. So right now we're planting up, these are just black 4-inch pots, right?
Okay.
So this machine is just dumping soil on the top of it that's been mixed how we want. And then there's like a little brush after that that goes through. But
Okay.
come over here, let me show you the other side.
That's so cool. Okay.
So as this comes out the other side, there's still a little bit of extra soil on the top. We're actually gonna go through and take them out and put them in a new tray because I don't want any soil that comes from here, extra soil that goes from here, goes out into the nursery, it goes on the tables, goes on the ground.
Right.
That's organic material that's gonna breed bacteria, more weeds. Like, I just want the soil right where I want it.
Okay.
So they're gonna take it, they'll put it into a new tray.
Okay.
We get it to the right level that we want. And then we'll take those individual starts.
Yeah.
And then we put
And
them
pop
in.
them in there?
Pop them in there, and that one's ready to go.
Wait, can I do a couple? This is so cool. So so you just put your finger in?
Yep, I do.
Like that?
You can.
Wow. Yeah, you guys are way faster than me.
When you're doing a lot of them.
Now you can retire. She got it.
Perfect.
All right, I found my new job.
You would be happy here.
Can you guys let me work with you?
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
And they'll do, like I said, there's, what did we say? 70,000, 80,000 of these?
Yeah.
They're going to do a lot of that the next couple days.
So how many do you guys try to aim for a day?
That's a very good question. I don't know if I've done the math, but I bet you they could do over 10,000 a day.
Okay.
Maybe 15.
And then they put in the tags.
Yeah, come over here. I want to show you something else. So these are the individual 4-inch.
Okay.
So they're getting through, like in the morning we put together this rack. In fact, they're almost done with those.
Okay.
So this next rack I put together, I do like different things, right? It's not all of them I want in 4-inch.
Okay.
So this is what we call like, in fact, I'm struggling with the name.
Okay.
I could use you to help me with this.
Oh, don't look at me.
What I do is I take 3 different plants and I put it into one pot.
Okay.
So it's like a pre-mixed combo that you can then take this and drop it into your containers or your flower beds or whatever. Some people call them 3-in-1s.
3-in-1, okay.
Some people call them...
Can I ask you a question about that? And I don't know if this is like a...
Keep talking, I'm
nursery like secret. But sometimes you buy, or like I'll buy plants, like say like a Cosmo, right? Cosmos are like usually good for cut flowers.
Yeah.
Do you guys like how do you determine how many you put in a container? Because sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 2. Like, okay, pansies and violas, for example. Do you guys only do 1 or do you do multiple?
So
is there a rule? Part
of it is thinking about a plant, is it grown by seed or is it grown by cutting?
Okay.
So all of these are grown by cutting. So it gets very expensive.
To do?
By cutting, more than one cutting in a pot, right?
Okay.
So you will always, whenever they're grown by cutting, you'll always only get 1.
1.
Think about it, when you're putting seed in a start, you don't always get 1 seed per cell. So a lot of times you'll get multiple seeds.
Okay.
So cosmos, pansies, all of those are grown by seed. You'll oftentimes get more than 1.
Okay, and like poppies, Icelandic poppies, they're like my nemesis. I love them, but I can never grow them. Like, and so I'm always like peeking in the container, like, do they put 3, 4? Like, how do they get it full like this?
And it depends on the type of poppy.
Right, because some of them do better in groupings, some of them don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, got it.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll look at each one.
Okay.
So this is what they're gonna do with these.
Okay.
So this combo has Kufia vermillionaire, a yellow petunia called saffron finch, and a calabricoa called coral sun.
Okay.
So this combo, my idea is that it'll be a beautiful little individual plant.
Okay.
We sell it for like $10, and then you can just drop this into your baskets that you have at home, wherever, it's all ready to go.
So you're taking, I love that because you're kind of taking away that guesswork. I don't know about
Which
you
ones
guys.
go together?
Yeah,
right.
like what's a good combo? Plug and play.
Yep.
Love that.
Come
These are
follow.
so cute, Brian. I love this so much. They're like a bunch of babies everywhere.
So they're gonna do like lots and lots of this.
Yeah. That'd be such a fun machine to have for seed starting.
Yeah, exactly, right?
You'd be done in like an hour. I'm done. Oh my gosh.
Look, so these are some of the 3-in-1s that we planted a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So look at this, you guys. Look at, they really put on size quite quickly.
Yeah, so this is only probably 2 weeks.
Nice, and then you have the plant tags.
Yep.
With the okay. So you're gonna sell them like this big, like so we can just come and buy this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And I'll show you, Proven Winners has some other ones too
Okay.
that they're doing, but there's not only, like we do a lot of Proven Winners, but this is from another company called
Yeah.
Selecta.
They have some good colors.
Oh,
I've seen,
yes.
yeah.
So I
Cool.
try and pick out my favorite ones.
Okay.
These are those, remember we were looking at those
Yes.
Pink Paradise? So we
Yeah.
planted these up in individual ones.
Okay.
This is kind of where they go. But I want to show you some next steps.
Okay. And is there any hardening off from there to here, or
So
it's not
I
that?
try and do that naturally
Okay.
out here. So like earlier in the season,
Hola.
I try to do, the greenhouses are warmer. And as we get closer to the point where it's time for them to go out to you, I'm cooling the greenhouse down.
Okay. Yes, because I was gonna say,
So-
like, what's the temperature in here right now in
Right,
the greenhouses?
I probably have the heat to kick on around 55, 60 degrees.
Okay, so it
So
doesn't drop
I'm not
below
letting
that.
it go below 55, 60.
Okay.
But we're getting close now where I may drop it down to 45, 50.
Okay.
Because, you know, when the nights are in the 40s, we're doing pretty good.
Right.
And I'll
Okay.
show you some others of those.
And when you guys, so do you guys start a lot of things from seed yourself here too? Or is it mainly cuttings at garden
Mainly-
centers?
Well, it just depends on the garden center.
Okay.
And it's like for us, there's multiple. When I started doing more of this, I said, okay, I have all these nurseries in the market. What's missing?
Right.
And to me, I found that I'd get the plants I wanted from cuttings, and a lot of people weren't growing them.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of Proven Winner stuff came from.
Okay.
A lot of the other ones, there's several nurseries that do a lot of seed stuff. And so
yeah.
I'll let you guys do
Right.
that, and then I'll concentrate on what. Now, I
Yeah.
still do some seed stuff.
Sure.
We got work to do now.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Okay. So you can see like everything came in here.
Yes.
When we do this, so we call pot type. Everything is filled to the max because I'm trying to maximize my space.
Okay.
But as these things get bigger, our goal then is we take this, and you can kind of see some that they're working on right now.
Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna go grab you some flats. We are going to alternate and take out every other one.
Okay. With
So
all of these
this
guys?
is some fiber optic grass. So we're gonna bring them over here. And then we'll bring this, put that right up next to it, and I'm gonna grab you some empty flats. Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay. So
And
now you're just giving them more room to grow.
We're giving them more room to
Okay.
grow because they, you know, I mean, as they get bigger, I wanna make sure that everybody gets the best product and size. And if
Right.
they are grown together too long, they just don't look good.
Right. So do you do this with all of them then?
Yep.
Okay.
And sometimes if I'm doing good, like I try to do this ahead of time, but I mean, during the wintertime, space is expensive, right?
Right.
The more space I take up with the plants, the more I gotta heat.
Right.
So we try to maximize our space, and then, but it requires this extra step.
Right. So you do have to think about that though, right? Like spacing and size, even though you have acres and acres of space.
Remember, we got 80,000 plants or something to fit in this week. So
Wow. So spacing, you guys still consider that, you take that into consideration.
Yep.
Okay. And so when do you start officially putting these out in the retail space? Are they there yet?
We're starting. So the way I
thanks.
schedule our stuff, thank you, Claudia,
Yeah.
is that every 2 weeks I have a new planting coming on.
Okay.
So we're in our third batch of plantings. So we've actually been already growing 4-inch starts for 6 weeks.
Okay. Okay.
So I have a batch in there right now that's been there for a little while that we are working on. In fact, we'll start pulling some stuff on what we want for retail,
Okay.
and we'll start bringing it up front.
Okay. I'm so excited I got to touch some of these, and now you get to buy them, and
You're
I've
so
touched them.
tactile.
I am very tactile.
Ooh, check this out. I want to show it to you. I was at, have you ever been to Little Prince?
Okay, no, but I need,
I'll hook you up.
okay.
We'll get you out there.
Mark, I'm coming for you.
Yes. So I was out with Mark. This was a couple months ago, and I saw this in the back, and I'm like, "What is this?"
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
This is an ice plant that
Okay.
has really dark foliage, and this beautiful bright purple flower. I think is so pretty.
It's so pretty. I've never seen this before.
No, I hadn't either.
Wow.
It's a newer variety. There's 2 of them here.
Okay, and did they breed this?
I don't think they were the breeder, but they were one of the first. They're always so good about, and look at this red one here.
Wow. That's so cool.
And with the dark foliage, and during the wintertime, the colder, I would guess, I don't know how hardy these are. They're brand new, but I think you can keep this outside year round.
Really? No way.
So,
What are these again?
so it's an ice plant.
Okay.
What are they called?
These are Desert Dancer.
Desert Dancer,
Red.
Desert Dancer purple, and Desert Dancer red.
Red, okay. Or actually, this is red. That looks purple. Wow. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh, just so many good stuff.
Lots of flowers.
Yes.
All right, let's go find some retail-ready plants.
Okay. I feel like we should put a flower farm over here.
Come on over.
Like a cut flower farm, right?
Yeah.
There. Just saying, putting that out there.
I just need to get you to start your new branch of cut flower. Claudia's in the garden cut flower farm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Remember, lots of plants, lots of things
So
going on.
Crazy. No way. I am so overwhelmed right now in the best way.
So
This
these
is
are some more.
insane.
So this is the next planting of the 3-in-1s. Remember what we were talking about?
Yes.
Look at, so this one's been planted for about 4 weeks probably. This is a
Wow.
new ageratum called Monarch's Promise that monarch butterflies really
Stunning.
like.
Yeah.
I really like it with this plum cockatoo
That is stunning.
petunia and a little bit of light blue lobelia. But
Wow.
so to me, there's a couple things we look to for
Yeah.
when they can be put out for retail.
Yeah.
The first thing I always tell everybody to look for is I want to make sure that there are roots
Right.
all the way down. And you can see
4 weeks.
4 weeks. We've got lots of roots. Everything's
Wow.
looking good there. But
Okay.
I always tell them also I want to make sure that everything that's in the pot is blooming. So you can
Okay.
see all the different flowers, right?
Okay.
So if the lobelia is not blooming, it's not ready to come up. Now,
Okay.
we have all that. To me, I've got probably another week. I want it to fill out just a little bit more.
Okay.
And then I would bring this up front.
Okay. And so, I'm sorry, how much should these retail for again?
Between $10 and $12.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay, so
but
that really is just like plunk, plunk.
yeah, done.
You're done.
Yeah.
You just got to fertilize it, take care of it, and you're going to have beautiful flowers.
Isn't that cool?
You'll be like everybody will
Well,
envy
and
your
like
garden.
you said, trying to figure out things. We've got
Yeah.
some with Calvercoa and Biddens
Yeah.
over here. And it is hard to work here because I'm going to say, go out and find me jazzberry. And we probably have jazzberry petunia planted in 3 different locations.
Okay.
So you got to find the best ones because that's what I want
In the
up front,
retail.
in the retail.
Okay.
And so they get a lot of times where I look at them and I'm like,
Take it back.
take it back. We got to find another one. So this is a
Okay.
good example.
Okay.
To me, this lobelia is ready to go up front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like we talked about, it's blooming. We've got nice color. I checked the root. Well, you can already see the roots are
Yeah.
coming out the
Okay.
bottom already, and this is nice and full. Let's filled this out. So we go through here. We spend a lot of time trying to make sure we get everything up front.
Okay. Wow. Just
And you
look
can
at
see,
it.
like I was talking about, we have lots. So
Yeah.
if I sell out of petunia jazzberry up front, I have got petunia jazzberry on overload out here.
Okay. Oh man. Can we just load up my car right now and just
Come on over.
let's do this is insane.
We're gonna go down and pick up some Calvercoas that I want to take up front.
Okay.
You can see these osteos
Sure.
in here.
Yeah.
So I always look, I'm trying to find, I want to, not all of them are blooming yet, but we're gonna go through, pick out the ones that are blooming
Okay.
to get them up front.
Okay. Love the colors. So is this the last stop before they go
Yep.
into retail? Okay.
You can see these are already been spaced, right? So they were planted, the liners come in, they were planted, we've spaced them. Now I'm making sure we have the roots, the flowers, and they're nice and full, and then they come up front. So we don't have any of these up front yet. In fact, I was working this morning with our retail team, so we're gonna pull some for them.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do,
I'll watch you.
yeah, watch the first one. I'm gonna grab a flat here.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's so tempting to come out here and just grab a flat and take it up front. But this one is not ready. Okay? So I'm gonna go through and find a better one, and we're gonna fill it up.
Okay.
So I'm evaluating each of these as we go to making sure that we are picking the fullest. This is Neo Vampire. It's one of my favorite red calibrachoas.
It's very red.
Very red,
Yeah.
has a really nice yellow throat to it.
Okay.
Good growth habit, good bloom power, blooms well all summer. Calibrachoas are great in that they'll take part sun to full sun. And we make sure that everything here, and we get a nice flat, ready to take up front. Okay, now it's your turn. That's Violicious there.
So we're just picking the best ones. Okay, hold on. I know it's probably not exciting for the workers, the people that get to do this all of the time, but just knowing that these are going to go into somebody's garden and they're gonna love it and just be so happy is such a good feeling. Let's do this. Hold on. I like this one.
We're calling for backup.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could walk it all the way up there, but
We have
walking-
gators here, okay? I can't wait to have these little guys.
you gonna go for a ride?
Yeah.
Okay, hop on.
Okay. Love you. Bye. We'll be back. Here we go.
Each one of these squares, I like to have 2 varieties per square. So when we're putting it out, and this kind of helps when people come up, we have new employees like Claudia come to help fill. It tells you how many plants I want out for each one, so you can have an idea. So we're going to put 10 plants of each color. I keep a few right underneath the table so we can kind of pull them up. And that way, as the day goes by, we have an idea on, there's 3 plants, I know I need 7 more to fill the table,
Okay.
however it may look. So
Okay. So it's just like a quick grab and go, and you can like visually see it
Right.
really
Keep-
quick. Okay.
how much do you fill?
All right. Because it's always stocked. So I'm like, how do they know?
No, and it's hard. It's a lot of work.
It's-
And you
yes.
saw all those greenhouses, like to go out and find,
Yeah.
okay, I need more of this.
Okay.
Like it's,
Yeah.
be challenging.
This is also though how you learn plant identification so
yes.
quick.
yeah, because you got to be
Yeah.
able to scan the greenhouse and find
Yeah,
it.
for
pretty
sure.
quickly.
All right. Well, if you need extra volunteers on
Oh,
busy
be
days,
careful.
you call me. So that is a day in the life. And then like, what happens afterwards?
I mean, it's repeat, right?
repeat, okay.
Yeah, we're just keep going every week.
Constantly.
We're starting with the liners, planting, getting the new plants going,
Yeah.
and the hanging baskets are coming up. I try and keep all the baskets in here by section. So, we have our geranium baskets here. They're gonna want full sun. We have 14-inch, different by sizes and prices, 18-inch. And we're bringing up, that's the other thing that I think, you want a hanging basket, right?
Yeah.
And you want 2 to match. Well, at Bauman's, I have a few thousand to choose from. So we can, you find one up here and you're like, Brian, I want another one to match this. Typically, I can find it. But I always tell people, you want to come before Mother's Day.
Okay.
Like end of April, 1st of May,
Is the
key to
time.
get your hanging baskets. Because
Okay.
after Mother's Day, that's our biggest basket selling day of the year.
Right.
And I don't always have as big a selection after that.
Right. Okay. Good to know.
So-
I mean, there's a ton. I know there's going to be more coming out too, but I'm just like, when you're here, you gotta look up because there's just so much beauty going on right above you. And you're right, there's just a lot to select from. I love it. All right, I'm taking a little break from my work shift here at Bauman's today. I'm doing a little bit of retail shopping and I'm looking at this. It's a bald cypress. Never have I seen this before. This is so interesting. If you guys have any of these in your garden, I would love to hear more about them, but I am going to go home and do a ton of research. All right, I want to pick some things up for our spring containers. This is kind of what I am leaning towards, these lobularias. I love this purple. I feel like this is going to be a big purple year for me, but I also really like these white. And it's so funny because I'm like, oh, I just saw you guys. I saw a bunch of your babies in the greenhouses and here they are in the retail space. So I think I'm going to get some of these. All right, and then I'm going to get some pincushion flowers. I think these are going to be a beautiful addition. Lots of buds on these too. I'm gonna make sure that they're nice and full. Here we go. This is a nice one. All right, so I think 3 will do. All right, I think I am going to go with these. And then I just have to remember what I have at home, which we'll check when we get ready to plant those up. And I think that's it. That was so exciting. I
don't feel like it's exciting, but
No,
it
but
was
it
so
is.
funny taking you around on a gator and like,
yeah.
this is awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I know you get to do this every day, but this is so fun. And just to be able like to see the manpower that it takes to get a garden center like this running. I mean, there's obviously so much more. There's the HR side of it, the, you know, all of those nitty gritty things. But I'm really curious about like what we got to see and got to do today. Is like, how do we get the plants right here? How do we do that? And so just to be able to see that was so cool.
Good.
I can't, I do want to come back. Like if you ever need a volunteer, I am so excited to that. I know, like throw me in, I'm ready to go. Good. But I did want to talk about the event that's coming up next week. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So the tent going up behind us, I was
Right
like,
here,
So Garden Palooza. Garden Palooza was started by some friends of mine who used to have Garden Time TV.
Okay.
And it was really an idea to bring everyone together, all the kind of small nurseries, large nurseries, garden art, soils and amendments, everybody all in one spot for one big event, right?
Okay.
And I think of it like a big Saturday market that's all about gardening.
Okay.
So this entire tent, there are 6 different vendors in this tent alone. The entire boulevard all the way down, there will be over 40 different vendors that will be here for Friday, April 11th and Saturday, April 12th.
Okay.
We're doing, it's free. There's no admission fee. There's no parking fee. It's just you come hang out.
Yeah.
Each of the different vendors, you pay for the plants at the vendor.
Okay.
I mean, obviously our nursery and stuff will be up and going and stuff. And I asked people, like, what would be cool? And I thought like a class, nobody wants to sit for a class when you're in like this big event going on. So I was so thankful that you agreed.
I'm so excited.
You're going to be doing some tour, just like we did today. Yeah. People get a chance to go out back and see all the stuff that we do and all the stuff that you're excited about. Yeah. And I thought it was funny because your question to me was like, can I talk about anything? And I'm like, yes, talk about anything that you want. Okay. And it's a great opportunity for people to ask questions, right?
Yes, exactly. So you guys will get to actually, if you buy the tickets, there's going to be different time slots.
Right.
There's going to be other people here on Friday and Saturday. Which is very exciting. Jenny will be here, Kate will be here.
Yep.
But we get to take you guys back there where other people don't get the opportunity to go.
No one else is going back there.
And you get to touch the plants like I did today. Like if you want to, if you let it. It's just like a quick little grab.
No, it's quite all right. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, and you get like a first view of everything that's going to be coming out here before anybody else does. So it's like super special.
On Friday, you were doing tours at 10.
10 a.m.
1 o'clock.
Yep.
And 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
So you can go to gardenpalooza.com, sign up. It's $30 for the tour, but you get a Garden Palooza t-shirt, and it's going to be signed by Claudia, Janie from Dig Plant Water Repeat, and Kate from Hello Garden.
Yep.
So you get a signed t-shirt, which no one else is going to get, And you get your own kind of private individual access to all that Bauman Farms.
Yes, and you'll be there to also help answer some questions. I mean, he is the expert of all experts. So it's going to be great. I hope you guys come. I cannot wait to see you there. I just want to give you all a hug and get real nerdy. I will.
Running around.
Yeah, I will. Let me give you a hug. You guys know I'm a hugger. But anyways, it's going to be so much fun. Again, there's going to be food, vendors, ton of plants. It's like such a great way to really kickstart the gardening season. There's going to be some little raffles here and there too that I heard about from other vendors.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a fun Friday and Saturday. So make sure you come. I will link down everything down below in the description box. I will also put their social.
Rooster on cue.
Rooster on cue. That rooster is just so good. That's like the mascot. Anyways, but I will link everything down below. Also their social media so you can stay up to date on everything that they have going on. And not just for Garden Palooza, but for the rest of the year. So much. So anyways, thank you for letting us hang out in your garden center today. And I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.